Hey Faye, how you doing? Hey Samka. Man, did I fuck up tonight? Hey Pug. So, I just got this car fixed, right? So last night I'm going down to the dollar store to get something. I see a guy broke down. Pull over, he's on his way the other side of South Georgia, cutting from South Carolina. So, now with a lot of these tires, uh, they only give you a single lug nut remover rather than the old T-bar where you could get some weight on it. So he's got the car jacked up. He broke the nuts before he raised it all the way up. So he was thinking that he was just going to twist the nuts off, put the donut tire on, get the hell out of there. So anyway, I help him mess around with it. And it turns out whoever torqued those lug nuts on did it too tight. And I didn't know it at the time. But if that happens, what it does is it stretches the threads towards the tire, and you'll have a hell of a time getting them off. So I ended up, there's a new gas station where I got this stuff worked on, which was only about maybe 200 yards away. So I went over there, they gave me some wrenches, and I had a bar to put on the end of one of the socket wrenches. It was like 4 feet long, so you couldn't have had any better leverage. So I get that, I bring it back, we set it up, and undoing the nuts, even with all that leverage, they didn't want to come off. Finally, two of them broke off. So there's three left. So there was no place to stay around here, no hotel. He didn't have any place to take him anywhere. So I said, well, maybe you can just get your car over there. So I went over. That's where I borrowed the tools from that gas station. They were getting ready to close. And they let me use them. And I came back and I said, well, can you work on this in the morning? It's like, yeah, we can work on it in the morning. Just get it over here. Well, they lined us up with the towing guy. But it was only like a couple hundred yards. And this guy didn't seem like he had a lot of money. So I said, well, if it were me, I would just drive on the grass, go really slow, and just pull it up in front of the business. And he said, well, do you know where I'll be able to stay around here? It's like, really, there's no places. Well, I just got this van back. And I said, you know what? Drive your car there, and I'll give you the keys to this van. You can just go get a hotel, and you can put it in the morning when they fix your car. And it's like 20 miles away. He said, man, I really appreciate it. I'll pay you. It's like, no, you don't need to pay me. That's no problem. So he takes my car, and I come home, and I go over there this morning, and they could not get the lug nuts for that particular vehicle, if you believe it or not. But they ended up getting the rest of them off, and he didn't have time to wait. He had to get on his way, and they ended up putting a donut tire on there with lug nuts that worked, but they weren't the ones for the vehicle. He left me $25, which you didn't need to do. Well, I hadn't driven that car since I got those oil lines fixed, so Marty bought a attorney's office with all the legal books, and I hadn't done much today. And he said, "You want to go look at it?" And I said, "Yeah, it's about 60 miles away." So I brought Marty, gave me a ride down there. I had the car back here, so I left Daisy here. I take off. I done a trial run, no leaking oil, no pressure light coming on. So I take off. I go out, get all the way there, and I pull into the lot. And when I get out, the engine's like a little noisy. Not a lot. It's done that before. I don't know what it is, whether it's a clutch or what. It's not like real noisy, but it's not quiet. It's louder than you think it should be. So I turn it off, pull up the hood, pull out the dipstick, and it looks like there's no oil in the dipstick. It's like, what the fuck, man? Here I am 60 miles out. Doesn't look like there's any oil in the dipstick. So I get a paper towel. I do it like 3 times, and I don't see any oil in the goddamn dipstick. So it's like, shit, now what? Well, there's a BP gas station And this just happened to me, about last weekend. So I and when I did it then, I wasn't going to drive it with no oil on it. What, you trying to get out? Come on, Daisy. I tried getting her dumbass out here.
That's okay.
Sorry about that.
Good.
Come here, Daisy.
You okay?
Yeah. Just telling these guys about my oil thing.
Oh shit.
So I get the paper towel. I look. Doesn't look like there's oil. I go to this gas station. So what I start doing is I start putting a quart in, checking it. Quart in, checking it. I got 4 quarts in. I don't even see oil in the dipstick. Now I just did this last week. I've checked oil about 1,000,000 times, right? So it's like, God damn, man, there's no oil in this fucking thing. So I go buy 2 more quarts. I still don't see any oil in the dipstick. And I'm looking at it all different sorts of ways, and I'm running it through a paper towel. Hardly any oil on it all. It's like, fuck, now what? So, I figure, well, the oil pressure light isn't coming on. I don't see any oil leaking out. It's not smoking. There's no oil on the back windshield. I'm just going to drive the thing, get back to Masson, and get some more oil and try and make it back to Crawfordville. So I do that. I make it to Walmart. And I get out. And this just isn't making sense. I'm not losing oil pressure on the idiot gauges. There's no oil anywhere. Why isn't it showing on the damn dipstick? So I end up getting out again. It's a pretty bright light in the Walmart lot. I take the dipstick out and I'm looking. I cannot see any oil on the fucking dipstick. And I did the same thing with the paper towel twice. So it's like, you know what? I'm just going to try and make it to Crawfordville. I mean, I'm not getting any indication that it wasn't getting hot. So I drive to Crawfordville, and I got that Molly's gas station. I figured I'll drive in there. I want to get one last lottery ticket before the drawing. And the lights are super bright there. It's like a brand new gas station. They've got this brand new LED lighting. So I get out there, and I pull up the hood, and I put the dipstick out, and I look at it, and you can see, it's just different lighting. And if you hold the dipstick just right, you can see that it's got twice as much oil on the dipstick than it should have. Instead of 6 quarts, I put in another 6 quarts, but I swear to God, I knew better. You could not see it on the dipstick, but under that particular lighting, you could. So now I got extra oil in the crankcase. I'm going to have to get some of those quarts drained out in the morning, all because I could not see it under those 2 other previous lighting conditions. Son of a bitch. I mean, it's better than a messed up engine, but I've never had that happen. Yeah. Yeah, so I got to get some of this oil drained out tomorrow, but I've never, honestly, I thought about it, and you're not used to checking oil on a dipstick right after an oil change. Hell, it didn't have 40 miles on it. So I'm guessing that under those lighting conditions, oil is brown when you're pouring it in. It's not clear. It's just weird, man. Yeah, I asked Marty about it. He said he's heard of people doing it. He did it on a motorcycle once, but I was even thinking that when I first pulled it out. But like I said, I just did this last week, and that was different though. I had an oil line blow, and I put oil in until I noticed it on the stick. So I know what I'm looking for. Now, in all fairness, that oil was at about 4,500 miles, and it was getting ready for a change. So that's maybe why.
Come on, Dave. Want to come back in?
What you want to do now?
No, I'll just see if she wants to come in.
All right.
She doesn't. She's watching something.
All right. So and that oil was darker, but the oil that I was putting in was brand new last week, and I saw on the dipstick no problem. Quiet. I saw it on the dipstick no problem. So I don't. I guess it was just the lighting conditions at both places, but it wasn't dark. It was light, and you can say, well, okay, why wasn't that on the paper towel more? I don't know. Yeah, Marty's a really good guy. Hey, Crystal, how you doing? So now I got like 6 extra quarts. It's not good for it if you leave it. It'll supposedly make the oil foam. Anyway, I only drove at 60 miles like that. I only got to drive at 3 to get six quarts drained out. But I got twice the oil than I need because I couldn't see it on the stick. So weird. Using 530, which is very thin oil. Yeah. Excuse me. There's Jupiter. But that's why I didn't come back on. Because, I'm 60 miles away and I'm thinking I'm going through the whole thing again. It's like, I got to get some oil and take care of this shit. Hey, Tweety, how are you? Oh, yeah. Now I'm living down in Georgia. Yep. Honestly, I like to tell you it was bad lighting, and then the whole story would make sense, but it wasn't. I mean, if it was bad lighting, I thought, well, I bet I can't see this oil in the dipstick. But the lighting at the law office, it was still light when I got there, and the lighting in the Walmart parking lot, was pretty good. But man, when I got at that gas station back in Crawfordville with that new LED lighting, man, you could see it. It still had to, twist the dipstick just right, but you could see that wetness on the stick barely. Was twice as high in the stick where it should have been. I would have stopped before, but it wasn't showing on the dipstick. It was looking like there wasn't any oil in it at all. Yeah, I've gone blind. Well, I am blind, but if I was blind, I would have never saw it, and I'd still be wondering what happened. I saw it, so I guess it was just the lighting. Sweet. So, Tweety, how you doing? How's things working out for you? Yeah, super thin oil. You shut up. Oh, really, Dave? Yeah, man, I was freaking out. Dave, you ever heard anything like that? No, the dipstick looks good. I mean, it's just, I don't think it hurt anything, but that's the first thing I thought, because the guy that I lent my van to, he only drove like maybe 32 miles. And I thought, holy shit, man. I didn't check the oil after I got an oil change, and I just told this guy to take it, not checking the oil. And I bet all that oil came out in that 32 miles that he drove. Yeah, thank you, Swirly. I mean, I eventually saw it. I don't think my eyes changed. I was so damn pissed off, freaking out. Hey, Eternal Dorman, how you doing? Oh, interesting, Dave, huh? Yeah, that's true, Cynthia. That's true. Damn Daisy woke Marty up. She cries to get in, cries to get out. So, oh, good for you, Tweety. That that cruise ship thing must be getting killed now with this monkeypox crap. Yeah, he does. Yeah. Yeah. Well, she's gonna understand the back of my hand if she keeps it up. Oh, okay, Dave. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. I mean, hopefully they come up with a plan B. But I mean, it's not just cruises, it's theaters and all concert venues, you name it. Now this damn monkeypox. Did you get back in the good graces of YouTube again? Tweety, have you noticed any differences with YouTube, like for better or for worse, other than them jacking you on a monetization for a while? Yeah, big time. Are you getting like? Do you? Would you say it's like different than the old days? Yeah, I don't want to do those shorts. I don't like doing them. They've converted some of those. They say I'm not eligible for shorts. Can you believe that bullshit? And then what they do is they don't let me monetize them for some stupid reason. And then they promote the hell out of them so they get revenue. I'm so sick of YouTube. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm sure they will. Yeah. Who knows? I don't even read that stuff anymore. They don't want me asking a working prostitute what drug she's on. They don't even want me talking about Prozac. But yet they'll allow thousands of stalking channels where the entire format is ruining people's lives and not think anything of it. Yeah, I don't want to do those shows. I don't really like them. The only reason they're short is because I got a crappy internet connection and none of my camera equipment down here. So I'm just kind of half-assing everything. It should be up to me if I want to make it short or not to them. They're converting short videos that I have into shorts, and I don't want it happening. Yeah. If I make a short video, I still want it on my regular video list. I don't know why I'm not eligible for it. Who knows? I don't even look anymore. I'm so sick of their stupid, ambiguous, vague, preferential rules. They can cancel me if they don't like it. Yeah, I'm not kissing there. It's not worth it to me. I've never once said share, subscribe, like, none of that bullshit. They can fuck the fuck off. I'm not doing it. Yeah, thank you. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do shorts. And another thing, I don't really care about that either, but I guess they started unhiding everybody's subscribers. Where's the October cruise book to? Porno shorts? Are you kidding me? On YouTube? Yeah, I was talking. These are a couple Bible thumpers down where I get my van work done. And she was telling me today, they were asking as you were filling out something for a Google listing on your business, how many transgender bathrooms you have. Oh, cool. Good luck. I hope you have fun. Do you miss Washington at all? Or Austin? Hey, Mystique, how you doing? No, I didn't get any porno shorts. I didn't think you could have porno on there. Yeah, that's what I think. Yep. Crazy. That office Marty bought, it's like a guy was 80. It looks like he was 82. Looks like it was decorated in the 80s. Paneling, shag carpet, bunch of old office equipment around. I mean, does anybody even use plain paper faxes anymore? Half that stuff look like it ought to be in the Smithsonian. Yeah, I think they're just racy videos. I don't think it could be actual porn. No, I think it's a huge problem too. Yeah, I really do. He's going to redo it and then rent it out to someplace. That's a nice little community down there in Monticello, Georgia. He owns like a bunch of buildings like that. Oh, gotcha, Tweety. Got you. Oh, all right. You're getting a lot of those links for porn put on your videos under the comment section. Most of them seem to be like Russian and Chinese. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of a cool older office. You know, dated, but that's easily fixable. Isn't that weird? Yeah, I bet I delete 50 of those today a day. Those links for porn channels on my comments. Yeah, Russian porn links. Yep, that's true. Yeah, they got a lot of pretty buildings down here. I like this southern architecture. Hey, JF, how you doing? No, I'm in Georgia. Down in Georgia. Yeah, south. Yep. Oh, Florida. Oh, cool. No, those are a buddy of mine's trucks. Friend of mine's. That's who I'm living with down here. We're having trouble with both of them. Starting some glitch with nobody really knows what. Yeah, it cooled off here today. It rained like hell for a while. You guys saw part of that. Now the Astrovan needs a lifter. I got this Toyota Sienna van I'm going to get rid of, though I don't really like it. I miss the Astrovan. Yeah, today was hot. Tomorrow's going to be hot too, I think. It was a real broiler today. I felt bad for that guy last night. He was probably my age, but out of shape. And he was having a hard time. That's why I helped him. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I left her behind. Yep. Yeah, I left her behind. Yep. Yeah, well, he was in a jam. I've had it happen. He was really screwed, man. He'd had to sleep in his car. He left me $25, which he didn't have to do. He hardly used any gas. I think he left money because I bet he couldn't figure out how to get the fuel door open. They've got like this perfectly matched little like button that you can't even see. Could have been Daisy partying, yeah. Yeah, Daisy's doing well. She really gets along with Marty. What story, Bopak? Which one? Yeah, I don't think the guy had too much money. He didn't need to leave anything. I told him not to leave any money. No kidding, Sepka. Wow. Oh, the one I'm telling? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Marty said. But, his car was left at the place where, it was getting work done, so he was coming back. I didn't really care that much. It's a 2007 Toyota Sienna with 200,000 miles on it. I mean, he'd have done me a bigger favor if he'd have never came back. I want to get something different anyway. No way. No, he was screwed. He wanted to show me his driver's license and all that bullshit. I didn't care. I'm a gambler. Yeah, they're messing with me. Yeah. Because the drug recovery, if you listen closely, they're not talking about drugs. They're just talking about recovery and not mentioning drugs these people are on or what they specifically do with specific drugs. It's just generic recover, come here, we'll treat you like family, get in shape. They're not mentioning the word drugs. I'm really starting to hate YouTube. They're so full of shit. You can't get any help out of them. Their artificial intelligence sucks. They'll fuck you over in a range of different ways. They'll quit recommending you even though they promoted you before. See, the old rule used to be what I did, as long as you didn't glorify or promote drugs. Well, I never did that. So now they don't. People get unsubscribed. I get emails all the time. People got unsubscribed. You contact them. They'll send you a generic chain letter that says, sometimes people's taste different. It's like, no, you stupid fuckers. These are people that are emailing me that are getting unsubscribed that they didn't do themselves, you idiots. Well, we'll check in. It's just so super frustrating dealing with these morons, why they're allowing stalking channels to flourish that are monetized. No, they can shove that plaque up their ass. Any other company where you would be eligible for a reward or, a fucking pen. Not those fuckers. It's a bunch of paperwork, a bunch of filling out bullshit. I don't care about any of that. Yeah, I'm not I'm just going to do what I always did. Just videos that interest me. And they can go to hell. They can cancel my channel if they don't like it. They're so full of shit. Oh, I don't doubt that. Yeah. And if you look at the channels where people are stalking Maddie and there's some other people that are going around taking photos and videos of them while they're at work or with their children, YouTube doesn't do a goddamn thing about it. It's total horseshit. No, don't ask me for any advice on YouTube. I hope I'm not really into it. Ask So Tweety. Oh, I believe that, JF Trucker. Yeah. Hey, Mary. Yeah, I'm not on the YouTube bandwagon at all. I think they're a bunch of phony bullshitters. Yeah, it's so phony. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they go around, take pictures of them. Not just Maddie, other people. That Tiffany in Detroit taking pictures of her husband at work. What the fuck? Following her around to a coffee shop. Particularly the ones on Maddie. Making fun of her looks. I mean, it's just nuts. Yeah. So I'm just gonna. I don't really care one way or the other. To be honest with you, I'm not doing anything they suggest. I delete everything they send me. I haven't got any um surveys to fill out lately because I tell them exactly what I told you. Yeah. No, that's what I think. Yeah, but they allow this crap and that crazy sharing, same shit, stalking people, paying people to go follow people. What the fuck, man? Then they're worried about me discussing how Trintrelex may have helped me with depression. It's just a fucked up group of people. No, they're fucking douchebags. The problem is, it's just like the same shit we're going through with these junk John Deere tractors. You know, the way everything's so fucked up now with parts and service and everything else. John Deere's making a bunch of junk now, too, that breaks down all the time. Supposedly, like the best quality stuff out there. And John Deere knows that they're the best junk on the market. So it's not like you're going to say, well, you know what? If this keeps happening, I'm going to buy my tractor somewhere else. Let's say, go ahead. It's worse than the junk we're selling, which is accurate. Fucking bullshit. Yeah, it's John Deere stuff. This bought a brand new tractor, man. It's been nothing but trouble. You can't even get a hold of John Deere, the factory now. It's subcontracted out to some third vendor. You know, back in the old day, a big company like that, you could get a hold of, hey, this tractor sucks, doesn't work worth a shit. Neither does your bush hog. Fuck, forget it. And the dealerships that handle John Deere, they're just as fucked up. They're fucked up. They can't keep help. Most of the people aren't qualified. They don't have any experience. And if you go in there, it's like, hey, I'd like to get this tractor work on. Yeah, we're 6 weeks behind. It's like 6 weeks behind, man. I can't wait that long. So if you don't like it, go somewhere else. It's unbelievable. You have to wait in line now and kiss the ass of an incompetent dealer because the people one notch down on the rung are even worse than they are. It's crazy. Oh, big time, JF. No, that's exactly what it is, Chris. Yep, totally true. Yeah, if you look up those Kubotas, though, they don't really do too well on customer ratings. They don't. Stars tonight. I can see Jupiter. Mars will be popping up pretty soon. Yeah, as soon as I get these lights turned off, I haven't been keeping up in my astronomy that much. You know, we got a lot of tall trees, and I don't have my camera equipment. I haven't even busted out. I got my good telescope down here, Questar 3.5. I haven't even busted that out because I don't have it set up good. The truth of the matter is, which amateur astronomy equipment, I don't know what I paid for that, 6, 7 grand, something like that, 20 years ago. With all the stuff with Hubble and NASA, really, unless you got about 100 grand to drop, you're not really going to see that cool shit that you're thinking about. And any telescope under like 2,500 is a piece of junk. It's just, you know, you're asking too much out of it. Now, I use mine to watch solar flares, The moon looks like it's like 10 feet out from the camera lens. But I know better. I'll see Jupiter and Mars. It looks like a fucking pin dot 2 million miles away. Yeah, you can tell it's Jupiter and you can see the rings and all that shit, but barely. So, I mean, for amateur astronomy, unless you got big bucks, it just doesn't make sense to pay for that when you can. If you want to see those things, you can go on NASA and a host of other things out there, observatories across the country that'll give you 10 times the images you'll have with dicking around with the one you have on your own. Yeah. There's a place over in Sharon. It's astronomy development, like all lights off and all that stuff when the sun goes down. I was just over there the other day. Couldn't get in there. You need to be a member, but it's all people really into space. And I looked at their website, and it's just like I just explained to you. It's a bunch of blurry shit. A little pin dot in the air. You think you're going to be seeing the Mars rover tooling around. Dream on. I use mine for the sun and the moon in the most detailed, gorgeous views possible. And that's good enough for me. Well, I can't tell what that is, Mystique. What is it? What is that? Wipe the dot? Yeah, you got that one up near the Mackinac Bridge. Yeah, we got a good black sky here, to tell you the truth. I'm a Capricorn. I don't believe any of that bullshit either. I'd rank it right up there with Ouija boards and tarot cards. People that have reality fail them believe in that kind of bullshit. And if you're a Christian, they say it's devil worship. Yeah, I can't see what it is. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just saying I don't believe in it. I mean, I wouldn't place any stock in it. That's right, Tweety. That a girl. Yeah, Bigfoot. More bullshit. Loch Ness monster. Crock of shit. Spaceships landing. Bullshit. Yeah, it's crazy. Bigfoot. What a bunch of bullshit. I can't believe that people that believe in Bigfoot. I mean, nobody shot one, which would be legal because they're not indigenous. None got hit by cars. Nobody stumbled about them hunting. There isn't a clear shot of one of the damn things anywhere. It's complete horseshit. No skeletons found. January. I think it's the end of December, January. Yeah. I think it's all a bunch of bullshit. I couldn't tell you what a Capricorn's supposed to have happen. Yeah, no, it's all bullshit. All that stuff, man. People, it's a certain type kook that believes in that. Yeah, no babies running around. No dogs attacking one. No trail cams getting a decent, clear picture of one. Yeah, I think it is too. Yeah, I mean, you got a billion trail cams all over, and it's always some fuzzy bullshit image. Here they'll have like crystal clear images at 3 o'clock in the morning of two bucks fighting, and the one of Bigfoot, you can barely make out what it is. Yeah, West Branch Sasquatch cousin. Well, I just signed. Well, yeah, I just signed like People are real. Airplanes are real. Planets are real. Oceans, rivers, lakes, wildlife. It is January 4th. That's Capricorn. Bunch of shit. Bigfoot. Yeah, you're lucky. If you're a Christian, it's devil worship. Simka, isn't that true? You're not supposed to believe in any guidance other than through your Lord and Savior. I still got that suit too. I'll put it on down here. Make these crazies go crazy over it. It's what you want to believe in. Crystal, you don't believe in Bigfoot, do you? Yeah, another one like that too, the Bermuda Triangle. If you look it up, the space that requires, of course, a lot of stuff's coming up missing. They can't find it. It's a huge body of water. If the thing was like 3 by 4 miles, now we're talking. But it's not. It's huge. Lots of shit sinks in areas that big of water. It's such bullshit. Yeah, but if you look at how big the Bermuda Triangle is, I mean, it's giant. Yeah, I bet no sane, experienced sailor thinks jack shit about going through the Bermuda Triangle. I bet you that doesn't bother him a bit. I bet you look on an app right now. There's a million boats out there sailing through it right now. You could be a chosen one. Yeah. Yeah, he's huge. You don't think there's any perils to the Bermuda Triangle, do you, Tweety? I mean, cruise ships aren't avoiding it, are they? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, right. Yep. Hey, Christine. Tweety, if you were just guessing, if you were just throwing something out there for the sake of conversation, where do you see the cruise industry in 5 years? Yes. I read up on Burning Man for about an hour tonight. I don't think I want to go to that thing anymore. Go to their website and look at all the rules and regulations. They want $7,500 to rent an RV for a week. I mean, I could have so much more fun doing other stuff. Go and look on Burning Man's site and all the fees and bullshit. And it just doesn't seem like it'd be that fun, really. Yeah, you might be right about that, Tweety. Yeah, that's a good point. I wish I could give you some of my subscribers. I'd give them to you. I'd give you many as you wanted. I could care less about it, be honest with you. I'd hide my damn views. I did hide my subscribers and they took that away. I'd hide my viral videos too if I could. I think we could have a way better party down here. Private Burning Man on our own. Be out there in the desert, pissing in buckets, and pooping in bags. $7,500 a week for an RV. They say you get so dirty 5 minutes after a shower. All these rules and regulations, all these crazies. Yeah, it'd be way better. Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, I could come down here. I'll put on a damn Burning Man. We'll have filet mignon, lobsters, every nice vegetable for Mary. Great fine wine, top-notch tequila, air conditioning, real bathrooms, showers with high water pressure. Fuck Burning Man. We'll have our own. Yeah, we'll get you a nice steak, cook you some nice steaks. Just sit here, read books. Have fun. Yeah, just a party. Nobody gets offensive and just have a good time. I just can't see, read up on Burning Man. Seriously. That's the first time I read up on it. And the more I read, I thought, this fucking thing sucks. It sounds like a prison sentence. Make a lot of Mexican foods. Hang on, I'm going to let this dog in. Daisy, you whine to get out here, and I'm going to break your spine. You're going to be in one of those little carts with your rear legs, because you won't be able to walk. You whine here, and I'm going to beat your fucking ass. You're either in or out. You got that? In or out? Coming out? Coming out? Actually, I was just thinking as I was going to get another beer. I think we should name this Burning Woman. How about if we call it Burning Woman instead of Burning Man? But look up the website. All these fees and bullshit. $7,500 a week for an RV. And then $575 for a ticket. And all these other fees. Like, you guys are out of your fucking minds. Burning twat? Yeah, we could go with that. It's got a nice ring to it, too. Yeah. Yeah, it's big business, you're right. Side effects? No, I don't mind you asking. Yeah, I don't feel like jacking off. Be honest with you. That shouldn't bother you, though. That's about the only one. And I've really worked diligently at taking that time and spending it towards reading. Like the geology of Georgia. It sounds funny, I know, but it's the truth. I have to catch myself at it, too. I think to myself, it's like, I'd normally be jacking off right now. And you just put it out of your mind. and go pick up a book and learn something about geology, plants. I've been reading about butterflies. Yeah, but Pornhub's free. Actually, it's kind of been a revelation. I didn't think this was possible, but it's also cheating. I think it's also cheating. This wasn't any discipline in any way, but they warn you about that with Trentrelix. It's like your sexual desire leaves, and it did. Even though mine was only jacking off, it still left me. It didn't discriminate in any way. Yeah, if that's the whole advantage of these newer psychotropic drugs is less side effects. Nah, that wouldn't matter. I mean, you could be the most gorgeous woman in the world and it wouldn't matter. Tell you the truth, Tweety. Seriously. I got an idea this is what would probably should have happened already by this age. You had decreased libido. Yeah, I'm fine with it, to tell you the truth. I don't care if it's decreased or not. Plus, I replaced it with, like, better things. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Now, you get some of those other side effects and some of that stuff. And yeah. I'm actually not disappointed. Well, you'll be able to do it, JF Turner. Yeah, I don't know if you know. I don't know. I know you're not married yet, Tweety, but there's that old joke among men that you jack off more when you're married than when you were single, and there's definitely an element of truth to that. I'm sure you're going to learn this later on in life. Yeah, well, people say that I'm a different person on this. Like, I didn't freak out tonight like I normally would about the oil thing, and I know that sometimes, like, my temper isn't as bad, and I'm not as obsessed with, like, buying books as I was and collecting things. I'm getting a lot more done. Yeah. Hey, hip to my trip. Yeah, I'm getting a lot more done, I would tell you that. And I'm reading an interesting book right now on a lady that was claims to be addicted to Adderall and getting off it and so forth. It's pretty interesting. The gist of part of it is that if you're a real dumbass, a white trash hillbilly that loves Jerry Springer, Adderall is going to make you feel better, but it isn't going to help your intellect. You're too fucking stupid. You're going to tell all your friends you feel better, but you don't really know why. But like we had talked earlier, and Simca commented on that, if you're an intellect and you're creative and you're a deep thinker, critical thinker, Adderall is going to really fuck your ass up. You're going to lose your creativity. It's going to help you focus, but you're going to lose that deep, unique thought that made you you. Yeah. Yeah, and one thing I'll tell you too about that now, and I never had this happen before. I had tried that earlier, but you know what? I didn't stay on it. And to be honest with you, and this really sucks because you're really down in the doldrums and you're depressed. You want to swallow a pill and start feeling better, by noon. It actually, I hate to say this, took about 7 weeks before I could really say yes, this is helping me. I do my laundry. I get things done. I wasn't getting anything done. I mean, flossing my teeth was a major issue. Xanax really is a bad drug for depression. Yeah, well, you need to read this book. They just tons of good research on Adderall. Actually, they were getting around to making that in 1937. But if you articulated how you feel better, how is your life better? I mean, are you self-serving and able to function appropriately? or are you just in a lethargic state, looking at the world as a great doomsday on Social Security disability with an inability to work? I mean, is that I don't know if you are or you're not, but is that feeling better? Better than what? Yeah, it can. It's true, Simka. You know, they gave that chimpanzee a Xanax when it tore that lady's face off. Yeah, it's not an antidepressant. That's exactly right. Thank you. Xanax is good for anxiety, you feel a panic attack coming on. It's got a relatively short half-life, so it doesn't ruin your whole day when you swallow one. Yes, there's an argument, particularly with young people, and I don't know if this is relevant to the newest drugs, but with some of the oldest drugs, if you're really down in the doldrums, depressed, and it seems to affect adolescents at a higher rate, they say that suicide impulses increase because you actually have the energy to go out and buy a gun and carry through with it rather than just doze in and out of sleep all day. There's some pretty good data on that. I believe it. Yeah, the champ it sure was. Yeah. That poor lady, I feel bad for her. I'm the same with me, Dave. I'm the same way with driving. I think it's a distraction. It keeps you from dwelling on stuff, obsessing on bad thoughts. Yeah, I like driving too. I like spontaneity, like tonight driving to that look at that law office. Yeah, it wrecks creativity. Oh, really, Simka? A chimp will tear your arm off and beat you with it. Watch on YouTube how quick some of these tigers and lions grab these people's hands, like in some of these places, walk up to the cage. It's just like snakes. They can strike faster than you can ever pull back. But those lions, they'll be sitting there snoring with their ass facing you. You'll go up there and grab its tail, and that son of a bitch will be pulling you through the cage in like a microsecond. I mean, human beings seem in slow motion. Look, even a cat. Watch how fast these cats crack shit in the face with their paws. Oh, wow. Hey, Pug. Good night, Tweety. Good luck to you, babe. I hope the cruise thing really... Here you came up with a great format and the damn business tanks. Yeah, you're right, Simka. Well, I can tell you, when I was in Florida, I knew people that had this stuff. Panthers, lions, all this bullshit. And they're here, you know this too, Simka. Here's what happens with a monkey. You get a little monkey, a capuchin monkey, one of those, squirrel monkey. He's in a diaper and he's a baby and he's eating so damn cute, and you're rubbing his head and he's fucking around, knocking around the fishing bobber on the table. And then when the novelty wears off, as this thing ages, they start getting mean, and one day your favorite monkey just bites the fuck out of you. I mean, if you look at their teeth and you try and swat the little son of a bitch, but so fast he gets away from you, and then you end up getting an old NASA suit off eBay, and some welding gloves and putting the little fucker in a metal cage and sliding his food under the bars so he doesn't take one of your fingers off. And then that same pet monkey that you were in love with, nobody wants to fuck with. You barely want to feed the little bastard because he's no fun anymore. And you're afraid that if he gets out of the cage accidentally, he might come out and tear your eye out of the socket. Anybody I know that had monkeys long term regretted it. Yeah, you should be in the wild. Same with the elephants. They're supposed to like walk around 60 miles a day, and here you got them on a concrete slab. Right. Oh, that's too bad, yeah. All that stuff, like Siegfried and Roy. You know, those white tigers, which is recessive traits, basically brother to sister. As it turns out, I watched that show on TV the other night, What Really Happened. As it turns out, Siegfried and Roy were a couple compulsive liars. Those fucking tigers and all that shit were biting people all the time, making people wheel. They had a guy that was doing carpentry work. He's been in a wheelchair for like 20 years. Both those guys were lying about accidents they'd had with those tigers before that one grabbed old Siegfried or grabbed Roy by the neck. Then they couldn't even admit that. They said the tiger was trying to save him. Fuck. Couple fucking kooks. They're both dead now. No, yeah, I get it, Simka. I did the same thing with birds. Yeah. Yeah, it's because I happen to watch it on TV. That's why. You want me to do it again for you? Crystal, did you hear my Siegfried impression? Oh, you like it? Like me to do it again? I love doing it. I love doing it. I'll do it as many times as you want. This morning, the white tiger got out of his cage. Roy was jacking off to gay porn, and the tiger crouched down low and ran into Roy's room and bit him right on his pecker. I actually saw that show one time. Hey, now here's an interesting one for you if you've never thought about it. I certainly didn't think of it. And that is that here you're in Las Vegas, where the whole damn place is predicated on odds. That was the number one grossing act, and it had been for years in Las Vegas. And here, nobody insured the Siegfried and Roy act. They could have easily got an insurance policy for Lloyd's of London, and they didn't. Isn't that interesting? Anytime, squirrely. Hey, Lamar. I hope you don't forget it. Yeah. It's a good question. I mean, they just never, I guess nobody, thought of that happening. Yeah, it's a true story, yeah. Hey, Julie. Let me tell you what used to happen in Chicago. Now, I didn't learn this the hard way, that I know people that did. So you're in a high rise, you're in Chicago, it's a nice neighborhood. You paid your place off maybe, and you're on the, like I was, 32nd floor. And you're thinking, what the fuck do I need homeowners insurance for? It's like nobody's breaking in at a 24-hour dorm, and a fucking tornado's not going to knock this thing over. You're not going to get any storms. I mean, and condo insurance is cheap because so much of the risk is indemnified by your homeowners association fees. You know, outside shit. Your inside unit really doesn't get that much exposure. And a lot of people go bareback, but here's what happens. This is what happens in a condo. And unless you knew of it, you probably wouldn't think of it. All of a sudden, you're living on 14. And like in my building, some dingbat gets high on marijuana and decides to take a long, hot bath. And she falls asleep. And her tub overflows for over 2 hours. And all the water goes down and leaks through all the condos on all the floors below her. We had one dingbat did that, and it did a little under $7 million in damage. Now, you ready for this? She didn't have homeowners insurance because she didn't think she needed it. And all insurance companies that had to pay to get the units fixed to the people that had damage had insurance companies that wanted to subrogate. And she ended up getting about like almost $7 million of judgments against her for damage she caused to other units. And that all could have been avoided with a $500 a year insurance policy. So there's stuff that can happen that you don't think it would. You know what I mean? Hey, Tiffany, how you doing? How are you doing? So, I mean, you know, you're thinking what you need insurance for in a house. It's different what you need it for in a condo. You can fuck other people's units up. Oh, yeah. Simca thinks it's a true story. No, it happens a lot. Happens a lot. Yeah, I miss you, Tiff. Are you back on YouTube again? Hey, Beth, how you doing? You're up pretty late tonight, aren't you? You got tomorrow off? Hey, Beth, we changed the name of the party we're going to have here. It's going to be called Burning Woman. Yeah, I was reading about parables tonight. They're certainly interesting. It's a great way to describe things. Rental insurance is good. Yeah, you can get screwed on that too. It's a good idea. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Yeah, Burning Woman. Hey, Tiffany, we're going to have a big party down here. We're going to call it Burning Woman. It's like Burning Man out in Las Vegas. Hey, Mary, did you know you got to drive through Indian reservation to get to that thing? And it's actually held in what's considered a national park. So randomly, they fuck with people bringing in marijuana. Oh, for you, Bethy. Beth, we hope we could include you in the Burning Woman. It's going to be a good time. Good, Tiffany. Yeah, I didn't know it either. Look up Burning Man. There's a lot of interesting stuff on that site, on that website. Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, it's worth going on the Burning Man website and just reading. I took about an hour and read up on it, which is why I don't want to go there anymore. But it's pretty damn interesting. Oh, I'll make you feel. Yeah, menopause. Hey, speaking of menopause, this probably seems kind of strange to you, but would you women that have made it through menopause, would you mind if I asked a couple questions? Yeah, and you got to take the dirty water with you. And they even say on the website that you're going to be hot and sweaty and dusty as hell 5 minutes after the shower. Fuck that. No, I want to ask a couple questions about post menopause. Hey, wee beast. Yeah, I want to now. We did talk about this last week for a little bit, but here's what I'm a little confused about. Now, the way that it worked out with me, I'm not bragging either, and I'm not saying it was that great either, but I never really had sex with older women because I left my wife when I was like 40, and I had younger girlfriends when I was uh, dating, which was not much. And then, before you know it, 20 years get behind you. I had a date and I had a girlfriend for a little while in 98. I couldn't wait to get rid of. And I dated a little bit about 8 years ago, and I couldn't wait to get rid of her either. You guys know me, man. I'm upfront about everything. I wouldn't be too good of a boyfriend. I think I'm a good friend, but I'd be a shitty boyfriend. But anyway, I never really had sex with anybody, I don't think, over like 35 or something like that. And I read these stories and I see these advertisements on TV and stuff like that. And I read about menopause and the transference in the testosterone estrogen ratios and producing estrogen and hormone replacement therapy and all this stuff. And I do know more because of the conversation we had last week than I do now, but once women like go through menopause, do they still like get like horny like they did before they went through menopause? Yeah, unblock her, Christy. Hey, make sure she unblocks her. You guys can do it, can't you, Christy? Make sure you unblock Beth. Yeah, they aren't dead, but that's almost the way that, the little bits and pieces that I've heard, like women postmenopausal. I know there are examples where they like turn into like total nymphomaniacs, but it's kind of rare. But is the sex postmenopausal anywhere near what it was like when you were young? Yeah, well, I'm just kind of curious about it because I read about hormone therapy and I talk to older women that don't want sex anymore. And I just don't, of all the stuff that comes my way through reading or comments and talk shows and internet and that kind of thing, it doesn't seem like the postmenopausal women have anywhere near the sex drive they did when they're younger. They want to avoid sex. I'll do it, Christine. Oh, she did. Yeah, I'm generalizing though. I'm talking about in general. If you took 1,000 women, just for the sake of conversation, out of those 1,000, what would be a safe percentage that just lost their interest in sex post-menopausal? No, see, Simka, I'd like to believe that's true, but I realize how important and significant hormones are. I think it's hormones too. None. Yeah, I don't think about sex at about every 6 seconds. I don't think I do. I mean, now let's take for now, Mary. Do you think it'd be possible, like, let's take for an example, just hypothetically, like you're post-menopausal. I'm not asking you if you are or not, and your boyfriend, your or whoever you're with, uh, doesn't feel you're interested enough, is there something you could take post-menopausal to bring back the horniness of your 20s? Yeah. Yeah, what I would say that if women are unattractive to men, they don't stand a chance. But there's an old adage out there that it's not what you look like, it's what you whisper in their ear. I think an unattractive male stands a way better chance of having sex with a female than an unattractive female would with a man. I really do. I hate to say that. Mostly desire. See, Simca thinks it's age. I think it's hormones. I think the whole thing is driven by hormones. Oh, thank you, Christine. Yeah. Because here's the thing. Let's take for an example for the sake of conversation. You're a 75-year-old woman. I think they can derive pleasure differently than a lot of men. You know? Yeah, different for everybody. But I'm generalizing. I'm saying if there were 1,000 women out there, what percentage post-menopausal would have lost their desire for sex? But Faye, do you think erectile dysfunction, do you think that old dick would have got hard at a good titty bar? It helps, yeah. I think with sex, I think when you're young, some was better than others, but it was all good. I mean, people are attractive when they're young, even if they're not like the best looking people in the world. They still have like young, tight, good looking bodies and stuff. Oh, pissing you off. Yeah, you're right. That's true. Yeah, smoke does speak the truth. How about this? Now, here's another question, too, and you don't need to answer this. Do you think a good dickin' now, at 55 or whatever you are, was anywhere near the effervescent pleasure of a good dickin' you got when you were 19 or 20? Do you think it's fair to even compare them? Yeah. Yeah, I know that's an honest answer, Christine. I believe it. Yeah, I think with a woman that like is postmenopausal now, when she got a good drilling in her 20s, was it anything at all like a good drilling in her 50s or 60s? Yeah, I got it, Simka. I get it. Hmm. Oh, okay. Change. Crystal, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Are you really, Faye? Wow. Oh, you like it just as much. Yeah, but you're not postmenopausal either, Beth. You're on the other side of the curve. Hey, Drifter, how you doing? Oh, you're past it. Oh, good for you then. Well, you're a shining example. So here's another question now. I'm curious too. So you're postmenopausal. What do you do? Just carry around 4 ounces of KY jelly in your purse and say to the guy, "Hey, look out there. There's a bird singing." Squirt a couple ounces on that. I mean, that is a problem with being postmenopausal, isn't it? Or am I just wrong about this? Oh, okay. Oh, spontaneous menopause at 45. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So if you say most, not all, so I'm assuming that some of these postmenopausal women just, they just can't get turned on enough to like, they got to have some add-on lubricant, don't they? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, KY. So what do you do? Excuse yourself and say, I got to go to the ladies' room and squirt out about 5 ounces of KY jelly? Okay. Now, do you think a guy could spot the KY jelly, or he's just going to be suspicious, or you let it get warmed up and he's not going to tell the difference anyway? Huh. No, I didn't know. I never heard of that. Nope. Okay, Christine. That's all right, Beth. So you really got to use that kind of stuff. I just don't see how you. Is it like it's just discretion? Is it like I'm trying to figure this out? Yeah, me either, Beth. Yeah, I get the feeling. Astroglide. Good for you. I'm listening. Yeah, I never heard of that. No, we're getting your comments, Crystal. Oh yeah, you're probably right about that. Oh, we're getting your comments, Crystal. What's that YouTube figuring out you vote Republican? Not really, Lamar. No, not really. Probably not. Probably doesn't matter. Julie, I got a question for you. Well, yeah, I appreciate it. Good night, Christine. Yeah, I believe that's empty. Yeah. Now your husband's 75. Is his desire still there? Oh, it is. Now, is that different for you? I mean, did you know if you were taking notes and publishing a thesis, is it better, worse, the same? I mean, does anything are there subtleties to an older guy that women wouldn't experience with a guy, let's say in his 40s or so? What's he do? Take a handful of Viagra, or how do you handle that? Yeah, I'm doing great. Yeah, probably not. Oh, really, Simka? Oh, okay. Desire. That's sounding like the key. Oh, gotcha. Oh, really, Simka? I just used to remember seeing these like interviews Oprah would have, and these people are like 70. They look like they're fucking dead, and they're claiming they've had the best sex of their life. I can only assume that they just didn't have much sex. Like they got married early, and their fucking husband or wife lived 50 fucking years before they died after they were married, and then they went out and got some new sex, and that's how they described it because they hadn't had that much. Oh, you think it is, Simka? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, let's just, you just wonder how much of this bullshit to believe. Oh my God, 3 hours, you poor thing. And what do you think of this? Would it be possible for anybody on here to have a sexless marriage? Would it be possible for anybody? Do you think that would be something you consider? Yeah, me either, Simka. What are you doing over there, Crystal? Yeah. No, that's all right. No, you go ahead and let us have it, man. We want the truth here. We're truth seekers. Yeah, I don't like doing it either, Simka. I don't like cuddling either. I did when I was younger, but back then it was a means to an end. You know, you just had to do it. Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I think I'd have to be high or drunk or something. No, I never liked it that much. I'm that way too, Simka. Yeah, I've had a lot of body massage. I got the happy ending too at the end. Another $50. Yeah, I mean, that's what you go there for. Yeah, I mean, really, man. If I went and got a full body massage and I didn't get stroked off at the end or blown, I'd feel ripped off. Yeah, I can give you an impression too of the massage girl if you like. See if it's better or worse than my Siegfried. Yeah, good luck, Crystal. Hang in there. Yeah, that doesn't. But you got to admit, Julie, that bullshit doesn't last long in the real world. $5, no holla. It takes too long, Julie. It takes too long. She say, "You not police officer, are you?" That girl, Tiffany. Yeah, that's it. We were talking about massage parlors, Beth. Yeah, that's two of us, Simka. Yeah, it's because they think they're a cop. Here's how it works in massage parlors. I got to know the owners of some of the ones that I went to. You go in there, you got some cute Asian girl, and she comes in there and gives you a shower. When she's in there rubbing your cock with a bar of Dove soap, the owner's in there with the master key in your locker, looking through your fucking wallet, looking for a police ID or a badge. So if you pass that test, you're probably going to get blown or stroked off on the table. But if they find a badge in there or anything related to law enforcement, you're going to get a fucking legit shitty massage. And when you ask for the happy ending or you point down towards that doily they got over your cock, it's going to be a big flat fucking no. Yay, CB. Bingo, man. Bingo. Fucking A, right. Yeah. God damn right, man. Fuck yeah. Yeah, you got it, man. 10-4. No, you're not, Black Crystal. Fucking A, right. You summed it up perfectly. Oh, that is so cool. Well, it's suspicious right out of the bat because women can get fucked anytime they want. So any woman that would go into a fucking massage thing and be talking about getting laid or eating out is fucking like your radar'd be on so fucking big time. Fuck yeah. Hey Simka, I got a question for you. Let's say, for an example, this is just for the sake of argument. If you found out and you found a receipt in hubby's wallet and you found out he got stroked off in a massage parlor someplace when he was away from home, would that cause damage to your relationship? Yeah, it's suspicious as hell, Julie. There's not a woman in this world that can't get laid whenever she wants to. So the notion that she go to a place to pay for it, it's not believable. Oh, sorry, Crystal. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, okay, that a girl. Hey, Julie, how about with you? If you found a receipt in hubby's wallet that he got and you confirmed later on he got jacked off at a Japanese massage parlor, would that affect your relationship? Yes. Yeah, would that bother you? I read it, Julie. That's a good answer. Oh, really? That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Oh, Beth, come on. That would bother you. That would bother you, Tiffany. Oh, see now you. This is the same way that gays find out if guys are gay. I've done it myself before. You go out, you meet somebody, you like them, and it's like during the court you put out feelers, right? And it's like, hey Sally, I was watching some porn the other night, and they were having some threesomes, and she'd say, "Oh, fucking threesome, man! If you ever even brought that up, I would never date you again. You're lucky I don't call 911." Well, you know that, if you're really into that shit, well, you're not going to fuck with her anymore. You're not interested. I mean, you put out feelers. Gays are perfect at it. It's like, hey, you got a wife? Nah, I had one. I divorced her. You got a girlfriend? Nah, fuck no. What do I need one of those for? It's like, oh, do you ever go to topless bars? No, I don't want to see nude women. Now you're getting somewhere. This is the feelers that are put out. Oh, really, Mary? You're right, Mystique, yeah. Now this isn't quite to the level that we're discussing now, but I thought it was a good movie because it's thought provoking. That is called Hall Pass. Have you guys ever watched that movie? Hall Pass, where they've been married a while, they've got kids, and these women finally kind of get fed up and they tell their husbands, fuck it. You got a week to just go out and do whatever you fucking want because we're tired of, being held to this fictitious standard. Hall Pass. It's thought provoking. I thought it was a good movie. Oh, that's great, Beth. Here's an example. And I'm not saying one's better than the other. You take Beth, and she seems open minded on this stuff, but in the real world, those are far and few between. And you take Simca, who said when she was younger she'd probably take a hatchet to this guy. But now that she's older and, maybe the hormones have headed south, it's a mixed bag on whether this kind of activity enhances a marriage or it hurts it. Would you ever give your husband a hall pass, Julie? Yeah, but I mean, that's yeah, I get that in a way, Mary, but most sexually transmitted diseases are, are through guys fucking their secretaries and their neighbors. I mean, it's not unfair to put all that on sex workers. Well, I can tell you this, Beth. I got to believe in one form or another, both your ex-husbands miss you dearly. It wouldn't enhance your marriage. That's interesting. See, there's two kinds of relationships. Like I honestly, I don't think I was ever capable of being in love, how you describe as a healthy way. Really, I fucked up that way. I told women for a long time, there's nothing I can offer you. You know, you're wasting your fucking time. I don't mean being friends with you, but I know you think I'm a nice guy, but I'm just laying it out in the line. Now, I was always kind of looking for someone that, it's like, hey, honey, I'm bringing home my coworker Sally. I'm going to give her blowjob lessons with you tonight. Now, that's what I'm looking for. And believe it or not, I've had that a few times. But the other part didn't jive with that. You know what I mean? It's not reality. But I think that was my porn influence. Would you really, Tiffany? Wow. There's an argument for that, Top Cat. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, Cynthia. I think that's where I would be in a relationship. It does seem nice. You're right about that. I would agree with that, Chris. Yeah. I'll tell you, I was out the other day and I was talking to this girl, and she's in the government here in Crawfordville. She's a black lady. I'm not into black girls. I mean, I'm not saying that as a racist. I mean, I don't like green beans. There's certain features you're attracted to and certain features you're not. And she's a really super person, great sense of humor. Love talking to her. I just don't think I could bang her for $1 million. And she's attractive, kind of got a big ass. And I think she's interested because of the way she's talked. She wants to get together, wants me to come over and make me dinner. But I mean, you could say, well, you could just be friends. Yeah, it could be, but I don't really get that vibe. I like everything about her, but I don't think I'd want to have sex with her. I mean, this is how bad it is. I don't even think I'd let her blow me. You get me now? You feel me? But I'd like to be friends with her. I think she'd be fun to go to museums with and concerts. I just don't think I could ever give her a dickin'. Yeah, it sounds terrible. I mean, I ain't any fucking prize myself. I realize that. But I think they want a relationship with a guy. I mean, that's the vibe I get. And I just can't do it. Here's the thing. You got the committed, loving relationship where, there's 4 hours of foreplay, 9 orgasms later, you hold hands, you give a fuck how their day went, you rub your fingers through their hair and don't have sex. There's those kind of relationships. And then there's the other kind. You like them, you're attracted to them, but you just can't do that part of it. I mean, you're into cum facials, threesomes, double blowjobs, and there's no in between. It's one or the other. Yeah, that's how I am, kind of, Simka. Yeah, stupid comedy. You're right, Chris. Yeah. What's that, Beth? No, there's no in between. It's either like you get this idea of what most women want. They want intimacy. That's been my experience. I just wasn't really too good at giving that. I mean, I did for about the first 10 years, but it was a means to an end. I didn't know anything. It was just a young guy. You gave him intimacy, but, then porn came out and massage parlors and titty bars and shit. And I found that, honestly, I've talked about this before. I mean, I'm about ready to retire this old lifestyle, but I'd rather have like a great relationship with a woman. Like she liked the arts and the concerts and looking for rocks and birds and bees and coming down here and reading books. And then I'd like somebody else to just give me blowjobs. I know it sounds fucked up, but I'm being honest. I can't do it. Yeah, it's either one or the other. I'd just be a shitty husband. Yeah, but honestly, I don't think, I mean, we're talking, on a website and stuff like that. I mean, on a chat board, and like you guys are honest and you're talking what you like and what you don't like. But I mean, my wife used to tell me, why don't you just go out and find somebody like that then? Find some woman that likes girls or wants to give 2 blowjobs. Like, believe me, I fucking tried. I did, man. Where they're at, I don't know. I mean, porn's not real. And I think that's just a mentally ill way of looking at things, maybe. I mean, I'm that way, and I, at the same time, am gifted enough to realize that it's fucked up, which is here I am. Now, you could say, well, Tom, you're just an old pervert beating off to porn, and you left your wife, and now look at you. You're sitting on a fucking farm in Georgia, cutting grass, beating off, fucking taking videos of churches. That's exactly true. But I'll be completely honest with you, honestly. I knew this was coming. I knew it was going to be this way. And it's easier for you to say, well, it finally caught up with you. Look at you. What do you got now? I knew it was going to be this way. I was planning on it. And honestly, I'm not lying to you. I like it. I like how it worked out. I knew it was going to be like by myself and like jacking off to Pornhub and no girlfriend. But I accepted it and I was like cool with it. But there's 5% of me in the back where I think sometimes I'd like somebody to do things with. But if they're normal, and that's a stretch, they're going to want things that I can't provide. They're going to want like a normal relationship, and I just can't do it. Yeah, you're probably right. It's not reality. Yeah, that's what my dad used to tell me all the time as a kid. That's why I didn't go to that fucker's funeral either. He used to tell me if I was normal, he was glad he wasn't. I can just tell you this, in all these years of living in relationships and checking shit out, if I met a woman that I described and she was cool with this, my radar would be on. I would think that something is really wrong because I think I got a fucked up, skewed way of expecting happiness. I really do. I think it's proven itself. So, I'm not an innocent party in this theory. My wife used to tell me all the time too. She said, "You know what? Oh, I'd like to just watch you suck this guy's dick." And I said, "What the fuck are you talking about?" She said, "Well, you're always bringing up." I'm not doing that. She said, "Well, you're always bringing that stuff up. How's my girlfriend's body look? Bring my girlfriend home." She said, "What's the difference?" Or we'd be out shopping. She'd say, "Look at the bulge in that guy's pants." I said, "What in the fuck are you talking about?" She'd say, "Well, that's the kind of shit you're always telling me, bringing up." I said, "I get tired of this stuff." See, she wanted what would be considered a normal, loving, intimate relationship. I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I think I do with like kind of like, and I'm putting this in a polite way. Uh, I think I do if it was separate. But I don't blame women for wanting like intimacy and like hugging and cuddling and all that fucking bullshit. I don't think I could do it. I think I could just like, I think honestly, this is just my own subjective biased opinion of myself. I think I'm a good guy. I do. I know what I do and I don't do dishonest shit. And, I'm kind and like animals and like help people out and stuff like that. But when it comes to like personal relationships, that's where it changes majorly. Because I can't, if you took a normal woman, you can say, yeah, what's normal? I know what you mean. Well, they want something out of it. They want like, and I don't think I can do that. And I've been this way my whole damn life. I'm not really disappointed. Like I said, I knew this was how it was going to be. Now, in this case, it just happened to be in Georgia. But I don't like get lonely or I don't like worry about getting sick and being alone or any of that fucking bullshit. So I guess it worked out. I mean, I really haven't realized any consequence. But in the back of my mind, I think sometimes if I could get like the perfect relationships, that's what it would be. Yeah, too much work to do the level of balance. Yeah, I would agree with you. Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah, I believe that, Beth. But here's the thing. But here's the $50,000 question now. If you could say, well, if that's the way you are, and I'm believing what you told me, would you say you're happy? And I would say, not really. I mean, I get by, but I wouldn't say that I'm happy. So if it was everything that I claimed it was, then I should be happier, and I'm not. But at the same token, I know that the only way I can articulate what I think a plan B would be to what I just verbalized to you that I'm not interested in. So either way, I've painted myself. It's okay, but it's not great. You don't think you could do it, Squirrely? But I have definitely been around, I mean, I've had my problems with like mental illness. God knows, what's what with that. Yeah. Yeah, but Julia, another things too is you evolve as a person. You're probably not the same person now as you were when you got married. Yeah, I'm kind of that way too. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's true, Mary. No, I don't think you are, Squirrely. Givers, takers, and doers, yeah. No, yeah, I believe that, Simka. The thing about it is you can really like a lot about a person, but not want to sleep with them. You know. I remember a guy telling me once that I was younger. It's like, he said, "Has your wife ever offered to get like Fredericks of Hollywood?" It's like, yeah, I didn't give a fuck. I don't want to see my wife in Fredericks of Hollywood. I want to see my neighbor in it. And I had another old guy, this airline pilot. He was really providing a lot of words of wisdom. He said, "Tom, if you ever get tired of fucking your wife, I'll find you a neighbor that will." Now, why is that? No, I don't think it's strange, Simka. All right, good seeing you, Tiff. You nighty night. Isn't that weird, Beth? It's like that. Isn't that crazy? Why is that, I wonder? Isn't that crazy, Beth? I mean, Beth, you know what the deal is. I mean, you've been down the old aisle a couple of times. Just think how smarter you are now than you are. That's another thing I think that bites you in the ass sometimes too. You think of the knowledge you have now than before you were married twice. And I'm not knocking being married twice. You know what I mean, though? And I think part of the problem is you're so much smarter now than you were then. You've let it run a full course 2 times. You're welcome, Tiffany. Love to have you here. Party on, Top Cat. We've covered so much ground tonight. No, probably not. But they were biased and jaded. Oh, sorry about that, Simka. Now here's another aspect to it that'll it's food for thought. So long story short, my sister had a cleaner, cleaning lady, divorced, had a 10-year-old, cute. She thought she was beautiful. I thought she was okay, and I liked her, but not in that kind of way. And if my buddies would come up, it's like, oh, you fucking your sister's house cleaner. It's like, nah, we're just good friends, and we were good friends. And I eventually kind of just got kind of sick of her. Part of it was always her thinking she was so goddamn beautiful. Anyway, she ends up getting canned by some fucking guy that had already bought a couple tickets to, one was a black comedian, and one was to the fucking Jerry Springer Hollywood Squares or whatever the fuck it was. It was that casino down in Mount Pleasant. So, we're getting along. We talk about blowjobs and eating pussy and all sorts of fucking shit. I wasn't interested in that way, and I don't think she was interested in that way with me. But we fucked around. We had fun, got drunk. I think I grabbed her tits one time, something like that. And she needed someone to go to these events at the casinos with her. So we go to the casino, and I just wasn't like into her that much. You know what I mean? She's like 40 and I'm like 60 or some shit like that. You'd think I'd have been really happy. But anyway, we're at the bar and we're fucking around, and she's getting a lot of male attention, and I'm getting fucking pissed. Like, I'm getting jealous, and I'm not even interested in her that way. And it made me think like of the male ego, and like, what is pissing you off about this shit, man? You're not even interested in her. But I thought it was interesting that I had that kind of reaction. No, I don't think it killed 33 people. Just weird. Like, you'd think this way when, you didn't even give a shit. Yeah, but I was surprised. I was getting like pissed. These guys were hitting on her and shit. No, I never figured out why. No. As a matter of fact, I eventually quit talking to her because it was just such a fucking pain in the ass, man. She's always texting me, and she ended up getting married to some guy. I haven't talked to her in about 6 or 7 years. I just got tired of hearing from her, to be honest with you. No, isn't that weird, though? No, weird. Isn't that weird, Simka? Oh, do you, Beth? Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah. She wasn't egging him on either. She wasn't. No, I thought she was really cool about it. And I know some of you women will know about this too. It happened with my wife, to tell you the truth. I was never really that into her either, but I met her through her roommate in college. And you can be really good friends with people. You're texting, you want to know how they're doing, you're wanting the best, they're running guy information through you. And then you get drunk one night and fuck. And the friendship goes south. Why? Why does that change things? Yeah, you're right, Beth. Not at all, Julie. Oh, you don't, huh? Isn't that the truth, Squirrely? No, there's a difference, Mystique, yeah. Oh, did you, Simka? Yeah, but it's emotional, so you know it isn't. It isn't like you're going to discipline yourself away from it. Julie, if you think hubby went out and knocked off a piece of ass and chalked off 3 hours someplace at a hotel, would your marriage survive that? Good night, Mary. Sweet dreams. Good night, Chris. Oh, wow. Does your husband know how lucky he is, Julie? No, it's an evil emotion. I'm a jealous guy, though. Nah, it's around. It's not common. It's around. It's around, though. Yeah, would you be angry with a woman your husband sleep with you? I don't think she would be. No, go ahead, Chris. Let it go. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, but that's not what she asked you. She asked you if it did happen, would you be mad at the woman? Yeah. Squarely. Oh, your husband's got it fucking made, Julie. I mean, this son of a bitch ought to be giving you a new 5 carat diamond once a month. Oh my God, that's crazy. Holy shit. God damn. Wouldn't even ask names or questions. Holy shit. Yeah, it's true, Masika. Yeah, it's definitely true. Yeah. No, that sounds like it, Beth. No, you got that right. Well, let's tell Beth and Squirrely they are definitely going to get a first chair at the Burning Women party. You guys are speaking my language. You too, Julie. Where the hell were you when I was dating? Fuck. I'd be sleeping with one eye open. It's like, this is too good to be true. No, I told you to do that, yeah. You know, another thing guys have to worry about too, and that is I was always accused of being a control freak. Just fucking bullshit. Not a control freak. Yeah. Well, one thing I'll tell you, I learned through a couple of investigations I did over the years. And if you're a decent, attractive, intelligent woman that wants intimacy, when you get in your 50s, the only things left is fucking married men. I'm not saying it's an okay thing to do. It makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, that's how I am, Beth. Yeah. Yeah, but Simka, I think you have a unique way of articulating things that you may name differently than control, but it's the same effect. I'll tell you what's good about YouTube is like, or any social media platform. Let's take for an example, like if it wasn't for some shit like this, the likelihood of us meeting each other like in the normal walks of life is damn near zero. No, John, not at all. Nope. Your cooking sucks. It's probably because you don't like doing it. See, but these are things that should be discussed in all potential relationships. Mystique doesn't want to cook. Squirrely can't cook worth a fuck. Honestly, I mean, even in my old cynical Archie bunker age, I think that like, if you're expecting women to cook, man, you better hope it's their hobby. Because if you're requiring it as part of like a heterosexual relationship, you're in fucking la la land. You can cook, Beth? Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, like, I don't know any more now than I did when I didn't know anything. That's what I want on my epitaph. I just wonder if this is possible. If like people could come up with a list on things that they wanted and just agree on it. Yeah, it's true, Beth. Yeah, big difference. Yeah, you're right. Beth, do you find it slim pickings down there in the Big D? It'll get better, John. I think you should save your money up and get a mail order bride from Asia. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right, Beth. Yeah. It's true, yeah. I'm going to brag right now. I've got 12 quarts of oil in my crankcase. Oh, are they, Beth? Oh, jobless, yeah. Yeah, how are those Hello Fresh? They worth the shit? Yeah, I get it, Mystique. Yeah, fuck the prep work. Fuck that. I want to stick that fucker in there. I don't want a TV dinner too that I got to go in there and peel back the fucking half the top and put it in for another 2 minutes. Fuck that. I want to put that motherfucker in there and hit that button, and when that fucking bell rings, it's done. Yeah. Simca, we'll have a good time. We go when I come up there and we go gambling. We'll just have a fun time, man. No bullshit, I promise you. Ah, fuck steamable. You like frozen pizzas? I get those Jacks, the thin crust. They're good as hell. Oh, did you, John? That's all right, crazy life. Oh, thousands, huh? Yeah, that's all right. You're only 40. You got a lot of time to behavioral modification. What, don't go to casinos? I'll pick you up. Sure will. Wish I'd have met you about 20 years ago. Well, you can come down here and visit in Georgia. All right, Julie, good night. Say hello to old Limp Dick for me. Right. Oh, good for you, John. Yeah, we try to be. Julie's going to tuck herself in bed and shoot about 10 cc's of Thorazine in her veins. Try to bear another night of marriage. Yeah. We've definitely figured some things out tonight. Beth, you off tomorrow too? Hey, Mark, how you doing? Oh, that a girl. Now, what do you do on your days off? What do you do? Just sleep in and read erotica? What's a day off like in that town? Yeah, that's true, Chris. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Oh, good for you. Good. What's the secret? Yeah, I didn't see that. We got the tractor back today. No, I didn't see that, Mystique. I never heard him. I don't watch too much TV, though. Yeah, fucking piece of junk. John Deere sucks now. Oh, cool. That's cool. Hang on, I'm going to get a bottle of water. I'll be right back. Boy, it is one beautiful night here tonight, I'll tell you that. Hey, Pocahontas. It is so beautiful out here tonight. I can see the stars. I can see Jupiter. I can see Mars coming up. So great. Well, you're up late, Pocahontas. Yeah, well, I'm a binger too. Yeah, sure am. Oh, you stayed inside? Yeah, I'm outside here. Oh, cool. What, you got insomnia, Pocahontas? Yeah, I'm a night owl too, yeah. Hey, Philip, how you doing? Yeah, I like music. Not as much as I used to, though. Yeah, but it's fun staying up late. Yeah. Hey, Mark, we're going to have a burning woman down here. Burning woman. Kind of like the Burning Man, only smaller. We renamed it in honor of women. How's Bimbo's channel doing? Oh, you like music, Beth? Oh, that's cool. Do you like dueling banjos? Oh, good. That's good. What's your favorite music, Beth? If you could listen to like an album, what would you like to like hear? Like where you could just relax. Yeah, that's a good song. Unchained. I was just listening to that the other night, Unchained. That was a good. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question, Philip. Yeah, I'm lost for an answer. Just doing it. That's how I am too. Yeah. How about Alvin and the Chipmunks? Yeah, good luck, Top Cat. Oh, that's cool. We're burning the midnight oil. Yeah, the mood is right. Oh, even 70s. Wow, you're a little young for that. I never cared for the Black Crowes. Bunch of white trash hillbillies. No, I haven't went to Atlanta yet, actually. I get closest I get to Atlanta's Conyers. I'm going to go there, though, when I get set up here and go up to Michigan and get all my stuff. I'll go down there and get some interviews. You know, I was surprised. I lived down around there before, about 30-something years ago. But Atlanta's small. It's only like 500,000 people. In Fulton County, which encompasses the suburbs, that's only 1.1 million. Hey, Murtis, how are you? I mean, that ain't shit. Yeah, I like Creed. That guy freaked out later on. I kind of felt sympathy for him. I thought Creed was good. You think Atlanta? It's like it's all you hear. Atlanta, the airport one most of the time, and this and that, and it's like great for shipping. Fuck, that place ain't shit. No, but it's close. I went down to Atlanta a lot. Yeah, Creed is okay. You got to come up with a playlist, Beth. You're gonna dust the fucking blow that dust off that thing. Yeah, fuck Woodstock. Just come. Do you read much, Beth? I think those damn. There was a huge armadillo when I came home tonight. I feel sorry for the little things. To be honest with you, I don't mess with them. I throw out food for them. They mind their own business. Take off when you make a noise. I mean, who cares? Fuck no, I don't recycle. No way. I throw everything in a big black carpenter-sized trash bag. No, I'm not gay. I let that old beer bottle clang against another one at the bottom like a real man. I think they are too. Yeah, fuck recycling. Yeah. Composting. Yeah, that's usually that's a good answer though, Mark. Because you got a good reason for doing it. But if you were just a regular guy and you were recycling, I'd think you were gay. Good for you, Beth. That's an old PI trick. Beth, next time I'm up there, I'm going to run a profile on you and drive by your house and look through your garbage. I bet you got some really cool shit in there. Yeah, no, I'll get you pictures, videos. I'm going to check that place out. Believe it or not, if you look at Augusta, I think that's better. I don't stand quite the chance of getting murdered. And it's got a lot of that bullshit in it. Oh, do you really, Beth? Wow. You are really well rounded. Yeah, look up Augusta. They got all that fucked up shit too. I go there all the time. A lot. The Barnes and Noble there, P.F. Chang's. Yeah. This will be a good place for you guys to visit. Just come down here and not do shit. Really, just like do what I do. Fuck around out here. Drive these tractors, four-wheelers, go down, hunt for arrowheads. I don't think this particular property is that great for that. But there's a lot of pretty rocks, even if it isn't. Yeah, fuck recycling. Oh, I think you'd really like it, Beth. The creeks and stuff, it's beautiful down here. It really is. But it's a certain type vacation. Like, this isn't Aspen. This isn't fucking Hollywood, downtown Chicago. This is just like, this is what I'd promise people. Solitude, if you're a nature nut. Old buildings, a step back in time, great food, good wine, and sleeping in every day with a ceiling fan. I'll tell you this, you guys. Now, down here where it's hotter than a motherfucker, ceiling fans are pretty prevalent. And up in the north, you don't have them as much, right? But I'll tell you this. This is no bullshit. I like leaving my window open because it's hot and humid with the air conditioning on, and I keep my ceiling fan on the low setting. It is the most greatest comforting sleep. I get up, I look at the clocks like, fuck it. Shut my eyes. 3 hours later, I wake up. Just like the most perfect sleep. Yeah, I mean, you just don't have to do shit down here, man. Take you to whatever you want to do. Just have a good time. I think you'd like it, Beth. I don't think you'd want to go back to Dowagiac. We got a famous park. A.H. Stevens is right next to me. Actually, that's how this family on the place that I live now lost 800 acres, eminent domain. A.H. Stevens Park. Look that up. I'm right next to it. No, but you got to have the right temperature. Now, here's something I'll tell you about the ceiling fan. Like, I got a light, cover. I don't really like sheets. I don't like a top sheet. So you lay in bed and you get this, not the greatest comforter. Kind of a cheap one, really. Because that way the air blows through it. Now, I leave it on the first setting, the lowest setting, and it's just perfect. But if I put it on, number 3, I'll freeze my fucking ass off. Why? Because I still have the air conditioning on, even though the window's open, but there's no wind. And it actually blows that air through that fabric. It's a cheap comforter. But when it's on setting number 1, you just drift in and out of sleep. It's so great. This is the best sleep. I'm not shitting you, man. You will sleep like a fucking baby here. You will feel like $1,000,000. Yeah, I like light blankets, yep. I'm not a big pillow guy either, but I've kind of gone into them here. I'm telling you, the sleep down here with this environment, it sucks during the daytime. It's hotter than a motherfucker. But the night times, like now, it's hot and it's humid. And if you didn't have AC, you may not like it. Open the window, put the ceiling fan on 1, crank the blinds down to halfway so the morning sun doesn't come up, but yet the window's still open. Turn that fucker on, man. I just sleep so good. Yeah, I mean, but it was all by antidepressants. I don't have to do anything while I'm here. I just fuck off. Yeah, it's great, man. I mean, for sleep, I've had the best sleep of my life down here. Yeah, I got good pillows, but I'm using a pillow more than I used to. But man, I'm telling you, the sleeping down here is fantastic. Oh, what kind of bed you get, Mystique? You can sit on these rocking chairs. Just fuck off. Yeah, good sleep's hard to get. I thought I got good sleep up in Michigan, but this is way better sleep. I'm telling you, man, you'll just feel like $1,000,000 when you get up. Yeah, good sleep's hard to get. You're just it's the perfect temperature. It's got to be, if you have a cheap comforter, see, I don't want to be that warm. Because then you'd need to shut the window. I've figured this out. If you want, to me anyway, if you want good sleep, not be too hot, not be too chilly, you need around 82 degrees and high humidity with the ceiling fan on the first setting. It's just like feels so perfect. Hey, Starlight. Well, you just woke up, huh? I don't know how you do that, Mark. You must be doing stupid shit all day. Fuck that. No way. I'd be running into people with 4 hours sleep. No, you'd like it, man. No, it's perfect. I got every vice you want down here. Wine, gummies, ceiling fans. Yeah, it's a cooling, wicking thing. That's true. Yeah, you're right. Yep. I bet you that's anxiety, Chris. I had that problem. I had a long stretch of bad sleep. Yeah, you're right, Philip. Yeah, I think you'd really like it. You'd really have a good time. Get out, bring your favorite book. Yeah, that's another start. That's another nice thing down here. We get rainstorms like great. Just rains like a motherfucker. Sounds like machine gun bullets on the metal roof. You know, one thing that's a little odd though? Like for a metal roof, you would think it'd be louder, and it's not. I mean, you can definitely hear it, but I wish it was louder. When I get my place set up, I want to make sure that like it's loud. I don't want a bunch of like noise canceling insulation. I mean, I want insulation, you know, so when it gets 100 degrees down here, but I want it to be as loud as possible. Right on, Squirrely. You got to get down here too, Squirrely. It's going to be a different kind of fun, though. This is going to be your breast stuck to your rib cage from 98% humidity and 102-degree day. You're not going to be face planting in the snow. This is going to be birds, rock hunting, and peace and quiet. You will love it. I'll even spring for a big French tickler. Yeah, Squirrely. Hey, I've been there, man. I had about 10 years of like serious like inability to sleep. I think it's anxiety. I mean, I don't know that for sure, but looking back now, I think it was. You get up and it's like, fuck. You know, I've had some of those sleep studies, and one thing about it is like, people sleep more than they think they do. Like, but if you get shitty quality, if you don't get deep restorative sleep like REM, it doesn't matter how many hours go by on the clock. And they say that even the slightest amount of alcohol wrecks your REM. Yeah, well, I say fuck you to that study. Because I'm on my third voodoo beer. And I'll crank that ceiling fan to the first notch, have the window open, 82 degrees, and sleep like a fucking newborn baby. So whoever did that study, you need to be fired. Yeah, it's fun up there, a little squirrely, because you can go out there and fuck around. And even if you fuck up, you know, you're not going to kill yourself. You know what I mean? It's not like being up in Alaska. All right, Philip, have a good day. Yeah, well, if you read studies and you read like clinical studies, they say even the slightest bit of alcohol affects your sleep. Well, and it affected mine. And you're half fucked up and you're depressed and you got a lot of anxiety and, you know, you're thinking of blowing your fucking head off. That tends to affect your sleep. But when you like shoot your wad and everything's good and you don't do shit, you have no goals, no aspirations, just jacking off and sleeping. I found that it's just relaxed my mind. I interrupt Pornhub with rock hunting, cutting grass, eating fried chicken from the local gas station, jacking off again, and then getting on YouTube. So I've really come up with the perfect concoction. I think when you're like in the shit bucket, and you're like in a non-ideal situation, you got bills and fucking a relationship and all that fucking shit. When you're young, here's the thing for you young fuckers like you, Chris. This is where shit really goes south, and you got to come up with a plan B, and that's human growth hormone. That's the fucking magic bullet. Yeah, it improves your life. It sure does. Yeah, it definitely does. Right people, like people you can count on. Honest. Like this guy I met. I mean, I was always kind of a loner guy, so was he. And here we are, like 4 months here, man. Get along great. Fucking kindred spirits. Yeah, it's working. It's working. And I admit to all my indiscretions. I don't know what I'd be doing. I think I had a lot of that suicide ideation. Just like you're depressed, you don't give a fuck, you're sick of living life, but you don't have enough balls to blow your head off. That was me. And you'd think after like a couple incidents that you would up the ante and that you'd grow bigger balls and that you would do it. But my experience and what I've read, it doesn't work that way. It's like being a minor league baseball player. You just never get to the majors. Yeah, Marty's a good guy. Yeah, I got lucky on that. Yeah, I mean, I was getting like, new, like I moved, I had like good shit, every hobby, airplanes, nice houses, and I was just like, went up there to help my sister. I haven't talked to her in 8 years. She just got put into a convalescent center. And after a while, I just got there and it's like, fuck, man. I'm like getting old now. I don't feel like working. I was fucked up there. Then I meet this guy. Like when I was younger, it was like easy to like just do my own thing. Move to Chicago, move to Florida, move to Atlanta. But as I got older, I just wanted to, but I just didn't have like, I just didn't seem to be able to do it. Yeah, I mean, the truth of the matter is, though, it's like, honestly, I just couldn't do it. I tried. There's a big difference, man. Like, it's analogous to minor leagues and major leagues. Like, right now, I'm glad I didn't do it. But had I not had this distraction and, like, lucky break at just doing something fucking crazy, I drove down. I haven't got my mail. I got 4 fucking months worth of mail at my house. I just took a week's worth of clothes, fucking took off. Drove up all night, fucking goddamn panic attack the whole way. Here I am. She ended up losing those McDonald's because of a kid she had that blew all the money. He's broke now too, divorced. It's a fucking mess. They're all on welfare. But like I tell people all the time, I don't give a fuck because if that bullshit would have happened to me younger, would have been a big deal. Would have fucked up my income. Would have messed me up in business. But luckily, I was able to like head it off at the pass till it didn't matter anymore. I wasn't running for office, didn't give a fuck what people thought, and wasn't planning on starting a new business. So, other than that, it didn't really matter much. Yeah, keeping the fun alive. just partying. But I'm glad that was a good place to live, West Branch. I like that. I got some people that I just don't have the balls to tell them I'm not coming back. One family in particular, like Anthony and his parents. I'll go up there and visit them from time to time. But I think my Michigan days are over. Not because there's anything wrong with it. And as I said before, if the winters would have stayed like they were when I was younger, but fuck, the winters suck up there now. I live 200 miles north of Detroit. It's fucking February for the lakes freeze. 6 inches of snow is like a big deal. Doesn't even get that cold. It's like the winters are bullshit. No blizzards, no ice storms, just flurries. Oh, thank you, Beth. Yeah, Anthony's a really good guy. I really like that. I still call Anthony quite a bit. I talk to him a lot. I'll get up there and visit them. They're really quality people, the parents too. And it was a good place to live for 10 years. But now I'm in another chapter. The one thing, and I'm not complaining about this, okay? And I'm not like downing them or anything. But this is big Bible thumping territory. Steve, the guy that opened the new mechanic shop, is the nicest guy you'd ever meet in your life. His wife is a sweetheart too. Their kids are great. And they're big, huge Bible thumpers. I had to tell her today. She asked me if I was Christian. I told her I was not. And then we talked about it for about an hour. And I first started busting her balls about the inaccuracies of the Bible. But then I backed off because she's like so nice. Yeah, Baptist belt. Yeah. Anthony's a good guy. Yeah, I like Anthony. It took 2 years before Anthony would even say hello to me. No, I mean I don't. I mean they're great people. I mean, I say all the time, if you had like people that walk the walk, good Christians as neighbors, you would love them. And these people are like that. They really are. They're good people. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. I mean, I don't have a problem with people that do it. I just, you know, I'm all for intelligent design and, uh, I just don't, I don't really know what the deal is on it, but I don't, I'm not atheist. I'm kind of more like agnostic. I mean, the whole thing's fantastic. The planets, the birds, even the variation of birds. You got one eating seed and one eating another bird. And I mean, I'm all in awe of that stuff, but I just can't. It's so discriminatory. Like, they found now that there's a biological basis for homosexuality. And the way they fuck with the gays and don't let them to take communion, that's one thing. The Muslim's supposed to go to hell, so's the Jew. And I just can't embrace that. I'm not saying that it's not true. And I could burn in hell over this if it is, but I'm a gambler. No, no, I think I'm a good guy, man. I don't want to do any illegal shit. I don't want to be like lying. I don't want to be involved in any, like, I don't cheat on my income tax. I wasn't always this way. I don't want to do any bullshit. Lie to people. None of that. Nope. Oh, wow. That's one thing I think being in a couple mental hospitals got me. And I remember being there. You have a lot of time to think there, and you never think you're going to be there. And I remember coming to the conclusion that, which was 5 years ago, this June, by the way, I spent the whole month of June in a couple different psych hospitals. And I thought to myself, Well, this is what came out of this. I'm not doing any more fucked up shit. No, I'm not lying. I'm not like cheating on taxes. I'm not being gossipy. So even if I get dick cancer, at least I'll have the solace of knowing there wasn't anything that I did that created that. I got a clear conscience. Yeah. No, I could if there is hell and all that. I'll probably go there, but it's not because any fucked up shit. I got a totally clear conscience for like 5 years. I mean, even the crazy shit I talk about with like porn and blowjobs and escorts and massage parlors and shit like that. I mean, I tell you about it. I don't like portray some fake shit. Like fucking up with this oil tonight. Yeah, I try to. I have a clear conscience. That's why I told that lady who's a sweetheart. It's a very attractive woman, really pretty, great conversationalist, a great mother. I mean, the husband's nice. They're really nice people. And I'm not gonna bullshit them. So I told her, and we talked about the Bible for about an hour. I can tell you this: when I've had discussions with these hardcore right-wing Christians, the smart ones, no, this is biased and subjective. They have told me that I've made them better Christians because I brought up things that they hadn't thought about. And they just decided to go with it, and I just decided not to. Yeah, dick cancer. You can't be evil. I believe in karma. I really do. I've just seen too many examples of it happen. So, I mean, you can say, like, yeah, this fucker's crazy. That's probably true. But there's no faux philosophy. It's all like laid the fuck out. Yeah, I believe in karma 100%. Like, I like animals and stuff. And here's another thing, too. Like letting that guy use my van, taking rescue dogs. I'm a big tipper, too, everywhere because I like workers. I just try to do the right thing. I don't have any skeletons in my closet. Oh, good for you, Starlight. I just think when it's tits up, I hope they feed me to the vultures. There you go. But all this horse shit, like, you think that, like marriage and relationships and all this bullshit. I don't think I'm too good at it. And if I think I ran in with a female that thought the way that I did, I'd probably think, what a fucking kook. So that's the Pandora box of the whole thing. Pandora's box. Yeah, good energy. I do have a Bigfoot costume. Yeah. Yeah, and I do. One little caveat to that whole thing is sometimes I do think, see, it depends on what you compare it to. You know what I mean? I do think that I could have fucked myself on this porn bullshit. But there wasn't any stopping that. Once That's the only time in my life I ever used fake ID. You know how people talk about being born again and all this shit? Now, this just seems like some young, crazy motherfucker telling a story. But I'll tell you this. I used fake ID one time, and it was to get into the Mel Theater, which was a porn theater that had been a regular theater, but then business went down and they tried to stay in business. So they turned it to porn. And I used fake ID and I got in there. And I knew about dirty movies and shit like that. Now, it could have had something to do with my upbringing. I'm not sure. And I remember going in there and I was 17 and Tina Russell, who was a porn thing. And it was this big, huge screen of like porn. And I knew right then this shit got me. It was like, it had to have been like taking heroin or some shit. It wasn't just like a young guy seeing nude women. This was like, this like lit my brain on fire. I could not fucking believe it that I was watching this shit and not getting like arrested. And that was where it all started. And when I was like young, like 18, 19, 20, I had some cute girlfriends. I'm not shitting you, man. Seriously. And I could not fucking wait to cut them off after a date so I could go home and watch porn. I swear to God, man, they were cute and like nice and they liked me and I'm holding their hand and just thinking to myself, I can't wait to drop this fucking girl off so I can go watch some fucking porn. So even though I never fucked with drugs and alcohol too much, it's weird that fucking porn thing, man, that fucking shit rearranged my goddamn brain for sure. Think we'll get along perfectly? It did, man. It's fucked up. It fucked me up with some goddamn relationships. But I didn't give a fuck that much, to tell you the truth. And, you know, people say, well, why do you go down there and you interview these prostitutes and shit? That's why. Because I was the same way, only in a different aspect. And, like, people laugh it off. They say you're just a guy, you know. But it was way more deep than that. I had girlfriends tell me, yeah, I know. Most of my buddies, I had guys that ran porno movie theaters, Deja Vu and Ypsilanti, that were friends of mine in college. They let me in free and they didn't like porn. It's so fucking weird. Yeah, but that was the thing that got me. And here's another thing, too. For a long time, like in the 70s and 80s, it was, you know, degrading to women. You're a motherfucker, a control freak, you know, this isn't reality, you know, all this bullshit. And it was like, yeah, okay, you know, right. You know what I mean? And it was like such a strong interest that I didn't give a fuck what they said. It definitely fucked me up with some goddamn relationships, though, because I liked these women. I wanted to like be with them, but not as much as I wanted to watch like dirty movies and shit. You know, when I was married and living down in Florida, my mother-in-law would come down there and visit. She was a fucking cunt and a half. I couldn't stand that bitch. And my wife knew I was really into porn. I mean, we got in big arguments about it all the time. You know, I told her to get fucking lost for a couple of days so I could watch porn. But anyway, my mother-in-law would come into town and I'd go up to Orlando. There's a place just north of town called Fair Villa. It's 3 stories of porn. It's like fucking paradise. I felt like I was born again. And I lived in Orlando for a while before I moved down further south to West Palm Beach. And my mother-in-law would come down for 2 weeks. I'd go up to Orlando. I'd get a nice hotel room. I'd take my VCR with me. And I'd just watch porn for 2 weeks and order in food. Shit, yeah. And at the end of 10 days, I was sad that I had to go home and try to bang my good-looking wife. No, I get it, Mark. Yeah. I did. Actually, I built a house in Buena Vista and sold it for $100,000 more than I paid for it because one of my pit bulls was renting a house in Kissimmee, killed one of my parrots, and that's how I kind of got turned on to breeding parrots down in Palm Beach County. Parrots and dromedary camels, the single hump. Yeah, yep. Lived down there in Orlando. Were you aware of Fairvilla, that big porn shop just north of town? I fucking hated living there, to tell you the truth. Florida never worked out with me. I mean, if you met my wife, you'd like her. But I was just like living down there. It's like I wasn't really that happy and getting in arguments all the time because I'm watching fucking porn. She's got 50 guys trying to get in her pants at work. And it was just, it was a fucked up equation. Yeah, Fairville, that was like paradise to me. They used to advertise on the radio all the time. And they would like say that they'd have these. I went in there one day and it's like fucking A, man. I felt like I was like enlightened. Yeah, what do you want to do? I can tell you this, though, man. I don't make any bones about it. I mean, I graduated in '74. I had girlfriends and stuff, and you'd be fucking around. You'd be dating them 3 months, only to figure out they gave bad blowjobs. And by that time, I was so much into this shit. I knew what I liked and what I didn't. And porn is not real, especially when you're young like that. So I'm watching this fucking porn, and I'm trying to like get these girls like to be doing this shit. And they're thinking this fucking freak is a fucking pervert. Some did, some didn't, but it was always short lived. They wanted to be cuddled and sit in front of a fireplace and hold their hand and all that fucking shit. And I just couldn't. I could do it at the beginning because at the time, before porn became like easy to access, it was a means to an end, you know? But once that shit went balls out and you could get it everywhere and they built places like Fairvilla, I knew the chances of me staying married were pretty damn slim. Oh, big time, Chris. No, it's not real. No. Yeah, the gay shit. I mean, I knew a lot of gay fuckers. I got picked up by a guy that was a big shot in management for the concert venues in the Detroit Red Wings, the hockey team. And he picked me up hitchhiking when I was young. And he was a good guy. My dad was a drunk. I never really had much to do with him. And I used to sit in the front row of every concert ever, all the boxing, Tommy Hearns. And I knew him about 3 years. And he was a really good guy. And he was into flying. I like that stuff. And we were talking about skeletons in closets one day. And he said, I got a skeleton in the closet that I think I need to tell you about. It's like, yeah, what's that? He said, I'm gay. It's like, what? He said, I'm gay. And it's like, you're like sucking dicks and shit? He said, yeah. He said, look at it this way. He said, we've known each other for about 3 years. I've never tried anything. I think we got a good friendship. And if I don't hear from you again, I get it. But I'd like to hear from you again. I think we've built up a good friendship. Fuck, I was friends with that fucker for another 40 years. Great guy, super good guy. Yeah, so I got introduced to that through like knowing a good guy, and I was lucky. So I guess that's why I was never really concerned about that kind of shit. Yeah, he's a super good guy, man. Really great guy. And he'd have gay parties and shit. I'd go to those, or we'd fucking. There was a gay bar up on Warren in Detroit called Gigi's, I'd go up there and shoot pool and shit. It was fun, actually, you know. And yeah, I miss that guy. He was a great guy. I met a lot of guys through him. Met a lot of Catholic priests through him. But the gay parties were fun as hell. And if you ever went to like a drag show thing in Key West or something, it's fun. I didn't give a fuck. I mean, I wasn't threatening or anything. I mean, I said all the time, I used to joke with my buddies, I wish I was gay. Blowjobs are a lot cheaper, which is true. I just wasn't. I mean, and I say this all the time too. I don't think I'm a better man because I don't like dick. It just doesn't interest me. One for the money, two for the show. But here's another part of that too. Is like I would say from about I moved to Chicago. I was saying it was like 40 or 42 or something like that. I moved downtown, bought a condo there. And I had a lot of good fuck buddies. Not intercourse. I know it sounds crazy. I'm telling you shit, but I was never really into that much. And when Craigslist was like doing well, oh man, I had like the greatest hookups in the fucking world for like 20 years. It's perfect, man. It was like right up my alley. And then they fucked with those guys on Backpage, and they started fucking with Craigslist about, being sex trafficking. And the whole thing went fucking south. You want to read an interesting story about when the government gets their fucking bullseye on you? Read about the Backpage guys. And I still keep in touch with some of those women. There's women that I did shit with like 25 years ago. We still keep in touch. They're married and they have families and shit, but you know, we developed a friendship. Yeah, Backpage. Backpage was kind of like. Is she whining again?
No.
Well, I'll beat her fucking ass. How come you got up?
I got a phone call. I'll tell you in a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna get me a shower, but I'll tell you about it.
Are you going somewhere?
I don't know yet.
It's only 3:20. It's 3:20 in the morning.
2:40.
3:20.
2:40.
2:40?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 2:40, yeah. You might go somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. You want me to help you?
No, I'm good.
So Backpage was a cruder version. But Craigslist was absolute fucking paradise, man. I'm serious, man. It was like so fucking great. I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you exactly what I did. The kind of shit that I was into, I'd run an ad and just lay it out in the fucking line. This is what I like. And that's how I got the fuck buddies. Not fucking though, because I really wasn't into that. And that worked for like 20 years. So people would ask me, it's like, no, I didn't like Backpage. Yeah, it's weird. Something's going on there. I don't know what. Daughter that's kind of in and out. He's a nice guy, man. He'll do anything for anybody, so it's hard to say. I think he's going to fucking take off somewhere. So once I got hooked up through the Craigslist thing, I knew right then, man, the chances of me like dating or stuff were fucking off the burner. I didn't give a fuck. This was like taking like the stuff that you were really into. No bullshit. Nothing that you didn't want to do. And I thought like, fuck dating. Why? That's a big like fucking, let's make a deal. You never know what you're getting. Yeah, it was so goddamn great. And as I said, I still keep in touch with some of those people. Yeah, I went to a swingers club one time with a girl. That wasn't really my deal. I didn't really like it that much. And once again, it's that male control. I would have I went to kind of like a swingers club with like girls I was friends with, as opposed to anybody I had a relationship. But once that Craigslist thing got going, I knew that the likelihood of like dating in the old traditional sense was done. Yeah, so now you know. And once you bite that poison apple, it's like I thought there's no fucking way in the world that I'm getting back with my wife. I mean, that was pretty good, but it wasn't anything like that. And as far as girlfriend, I mean, you guys know how it goes. Like you meet people, they think you're a nice guy, you're nice to animals, you're flying planes, you like culture, arts, concerts, and they can't figure out why you don't have a girlfriend. Well, now you know why. I mean, I've talked about this before. When I was in Chicago, I had neighbors of mine that thought I was gay because they couldn't believe that I never had girls around. Well, now you know why. Yeah, get rid of them, Faye. Yeah. But it's like anything. I mean, it can manifest itself as you mature. It's like you do what you want to do. I watch these crazy, crime shows where these people do this nutty shit. So, in the whole scheme of things, it's really nothing. It was just like personal preference. Yeah, overrated. Yeah, it's like, well, back in the day, like, it was like, that it was a means to an end. When I was 18, 19, it was like, fuck that. I mean, if you like that kind of shit, there was no other venue. You know what I mean? You dated and, it took you fucking forever to figure out if they were ever into anything that you liked. And if you suggested some of that shit that you saw in porn, they'd think you were fucking crazy. And then when the whole thing blew up and it came really easy to access, I knew right then, yeah, it was over for me. Yeah. I get, and honestly, the people that I know, like buddies of mine and stuff, I'm not jealous of anybody. I don't like envy any like relationship and think, God, well, if I wasn't into this shit, I'd like to be like that. I don't, honestly. Reap what you sow. I'm going to ask Marty about this fucking phone call. This is weird. I'll be right back. Hi, hon. Hey, Marty. 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 I heard that phone call. Who is it? Yeah. So they're not married. Wow. No shit. What do you think that is? I think, got back on that shit. Spent 2 years. We didn't see him for 2 years because the rehab program that he was in, they wouldn't allow it. Yeah. So for 2 years, we didn't even see him. So you're going, meeting? Yeah. Yeah, I heard that phone ring and I thought, that can't be what that is. Marty's daughter's fiance. It looks like, and this is like, they didn't know this. It looks like he went out and tried some drugs and died. He was blue and foaming at the mouth, and the emergency came and just took him away. So Marty's leaving. Daisy, shut up. They think he died. Yeah, he's going to leave right now. Can you believe that shit? And this is a sweet girl and a nice guy. And they didn't even know this guy had a drug problem. Fucking crazy. He's leaving right now. He's getting his clothes on. Fucking crazy. I thought I heard his fucking phone ring. You know, I turn my phone off at night because nobody's fucking calling me anyway. I'll tell you what I did about 10 years ago. You know, I was having fucking depression problems. And I didn't want to fuck with people anymore. And honestly, I used to like look forward to getting to people that I'd travel around. I know a lot of people for some reason that own restaurants. I visit them and I just got depressed. And one day I just came up with a list of people that I didn't want to fuck with anymore. And I cut about everybody out of my life. Just quit returning their fucking phone calls. They were calling Florida and asking Sherry, why didn't I call them back and all this fucking bullshit. I just had a buddy of mine die 3 days ago. I had bailed that motherfucker out financially. And he was a famous marble maker, believe it or not, contemporary marble makers. And I really did. And he kind of fucked me on a marble deal. I haven't talked to him about 6 years. He just died about a week ago. I'm going to send something to his wife. But yeah, this is a big fucking shocker with Marty. Yeah, Marty's like no drugs, no fucking, he doesn't drink alcohol, fucking Christian fucker. Yeah, he's getting up. They think this guy died though. Isn't that crazy? He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet in your life. I'm not kidding you. Yeah, no, he's okay to drive. That motherfucker will get up. He'd drive a fucking 1,000 miles straight through right now. I mean, this is a guy with shit tons of fucking money. And if I called him anywhere, if I said right now, if I went and woke him up out of a dead sleep, it's like, hey, you know, Beth, my friend from Michigan's broke out 500 miles. It's like, well, give me the address where she's at. I'm gone. He'd head the fuck out. Seriously. Yeah, fucking crazy, man, isn't it? God damn it. I hope that didn't happen. Isn't that fucking crazy? I mean, are you shocked by this? Yeah. And honestly, I thought they were married. I didn't know they weren't married. I never met him, but I met her, the daughter. She's really nice. His other daughters, too. Yeah, they got a house and stuff, and fuck, that's fucking sucks. But I can tell you this. He said that the daughter thought he was dead. You know, he said the daughter called him and thought he was dead, that the ambulance came and got him. Marty said that nothing shocks him anymore. But this is the kind of guy this guy is, not just for family, for me or you. I could say, hey, some of my YouTube people, they got fucked up, but he'd be fucking gone, man. He'd be out there with a big stack of cash trying to bail your ass out. Yeah, it could be. I can tell you one thing about this. I think this guy, well, I shouldn't say because I don't really know. He's like self-employed. He builds buildings. Yeah, see, I don't know what he was into, to tell you the truth. I don't know. Look at the stars tonight. Great. Yeah, Marty's a fucking unique guy, man. Seriously, he's like my buddy, the guy that's a doctor in West Branch, Ted. It's like, I'm telling you, man, these are like Jesus-like people in the flesh. They're good guys that do the right thing and are super generous. Fucking 2:40 in the morning. He's getting up to drive there now to go to the hospital. Daisy, shut up. Hour away. Nah, he'll do what he can, but it's not gonna drive him nuts like you'd think. No, it won't. He'll do what he can, but he won't let it get him down like you'd think. Honestly, I didn't even know this fucking guy had a problem with drugs. And maybe it isn't drugs. Maybe he had a heart attack or something. I know. We'll know shortly. I'm reading this book now, and they were talking about the difference between wanting something and liking something, and the physiological difference between the two, which I thought was pretty interesting. Yeah, he wants to set him up. I mean, Marty doesn't have the kind of kids you would think he would have based on his personality. He's such a good guy, though. I hate this for him, because he wants the best for his daughters. Where's Daisy at? Daisy, where are you, hon? You want to go inside? See, now this sounds weird, but Daisy will know. She really likes Marty. She knows something's fucked up. She wants to go inside. See, she's going to the bedroom. Yes, it's not good. It's not like somebody that falls apart though. That he'll do what he can and stand proud. Yeah, Daisy really likes him. He can do anything with her. Give her a bath, pick her up. You guys would not believe the stars out tonight. I cannot wait to have this Burning Woman thing. I want you guys to meet Marty too. He likes to like stay anonymous, but you'll never ever meet a better guy than this guy. Like him and his wife, like get every one-eyed, three-legged dog surgery, pay for shit. Yeah, he's a super good guy, man. And let me give you an example. So he bought this factory. You know, you can get these old, decrepit factories for nothing in Georgia. I mean, it's still $1,300,000, but not for a whole big giant fucking factory of your own. So anyway, everybody kisses his ass around here. Not that he requires it, but they're attracted to money and success, and these are impoverished areas, right? But he doesn't take advantage of that. So anyway, he buys this fucking factory. And some motherfucker tries to break in there and like steal a bunch of shit. So I'm here, and the law enforcement here kisses his ass like you can't believe, like big time. The sheriffs, so they call him. It's like, Marty, you know, there's somebody breaking in your fucking factory. You know, do you want him prosecuted? You know what he tells him? He says, hey, look, not really. I don't. I want you to find out the circumstances, and if they're fucked up, they're a single parent and they needed the money. I don't want to give anybody a criminal record over a personal problem that they have through like extraneous circumstances. So no, I don't want to prosecute them. If I can help them, let me know. So I'm driving through Union Point the other night, this factory, right? There's a fucking Ford pickup truck, a 150, old 150 Ford pickup truck in the thing. The sheriff calls like, hey, there's a car here. It's got a plate. It's been sitting here 2 weeks. So he calls me and he said, hey, you know what? That gas station I bought, somebody's got an old F-150 Ford. He said, the next time you're driving through Union Point, will you go over there and talk to the party store and see who owns that? Because I don't want to get it towed. And I told the sheriff I don't want to get it. So he's a fucking good guy, man. I mean, he realizes the things that happen to people, and he doesn't want to like, he doesn't even want to get their ass arrested when they're breaking into his factory. Fucking nuts. No, he's a super good guy, man. Yeah, the sock factory. Yep. Sock, yeah. Now, his mother's a sweetheart, too. She owns a thrift shop in, what the fuck's the name of that place? It's not Madison. It's south of Madison. Can't think of the name of it. She's a really sweet person. Nice lady. Great personality. She's 79. She's a big Christian, too. She says Mari's been that way since a kid. He just got another phone call. I think he died. I think he died. I think this guy died. Yeah, I think I just heard him say, what? He overdosed? Burning Woman is going to be our own private place here in Georgia instead of Burning Man out in Black Rock in Nevada. Yeah, isn't that fucking crazy? Now he tells me everything. Like we got a good relationship, man. I mean, no like secrets. It's not my business, but he just tells me, and I didn't know anything about this. Burning Woman's going to be our own private miniature version of Burning Man that's held in Nevada. Yeah, I think his daughter's fiance died. Yeah, overdosed. Yeah, I think he died. I'm not sure of that. I'll let you know, though. Yeah, I hope not either, but I think he did. Because when the daughter called, she said he looked dead. That's what happened to that Jason, Amanda's boyfriend. If you look up Jason, who I interviewed, he was a good guy, too. And they were doing so well. Country, Amanda, I interviewed her, too. They were really nice people. And she got sober, and then he got sober. And then he got a good job doing subcontract work for the city of Ann Arbor and landscaping. Did you find out anything?
He's gone, man.
He died?
Yep.
Oh my God. For sure?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. How did that happen?
I don't know, man.
What kind? I'm sorry about that. I don't know what I could do, but
Nothing. I gotta go tell mom.
you gonna call her?
Shit, no. I'm gonna go there.
Oh, your mother's?
Yeah.
Well, sorry about that, Marty.
You need anything?
No, let me know if I can do anything. I don't know what that'd be, but
Well, watch this baby.
yeah, I'll keep it tracker.
See here.
Well, did she just find him?
I don't know. I hadn't heard the details yet.
Come here, Daisy. Sorry about that, man. All right, yeah, take care. Yeah, he died. He died. Oh, thank you. He's driving to his mother's house to tell her. This sucks. I didn't even know about any of this shit. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, this really sucks. Stay there, hon. Daisy wants to go with him. He's leaving. Well, this is a shocker. Said he doesn't have the details yet. Stay here, Daisy. Come here, hon. Daisy, come here. Daisy. Come here, hon. Come here, honey. Stay here. Good girl. There he goes. Yeah, Marty's daughter's fiance overdosed. Died. God damn. Yeah, Daisy knows. She figured it out. Yeah, sure did. God, this sucks. You know, I'll tell you though, this doesn't make things any better. In interviewing those people down in Detroit, like Jason and Amanda. Amanda made it, Jason didn't. Angel didn't. A bunch of those girls didn't. Sweet Pea didn't. It's true, man. Addiction is the devil. It's one thing if you're addicted to Xanax and that's all you're doing. And it's fucking up your life. And you can't get shit done. But when you're addicted to like whatever this guy took or like Jason did, you just can't quit it even though you know you're going to die. No, I don't know what it was. I'll know tomorrow. I'll tell you that though. And I only got about 5% battery power left. So when this goes out, I'm screwed for the night. Sorry about that. I didn't have my charger in here. I didn't think I'd be on this long. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow. No, I don't know. I didn't know this guy had ever even had a drug problem, but he said that he went to rehab a couple years ago. Yeah, thank you. Don't like that. Appreciate it. Yeah, but he definitely died. Yeah, I don't really know what he was into, to be honest with you. Yeah, it could be, yeah. Yeah, I'll keep you updated. I definitely know. You talk to these people and you read these articles and I've had my own experience through just innocently interviewing prostitutes. And that is that this is not uncommon. Could be anything. That's exactly right. And like I've said before, I've talked to prostitutes where they lived with another girl and the roommate overdosed from fentanyl. And they tried to track down the dealer that sold the drugs to the person that died to chase that high. It's fucking crazy. Isn't that nuts? Yeah. Well, you're welcome, but I didn't do anything. Well, thank you.